Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. We've got a fantastic review today, reviewing what is maybe the most popular racing shoe out there, the Nike Next VAPORFLY version 2. So sit back, relax, let's get stuck into this. Right guys, thank you for joining us for another review. We're going to split this video up into various sections. You can skip around if you want below. We're going to start off with some facts and figures, then we're going to talk about the changes between this and the previous version 1 of the shoe, and then we're going to talk about what we like and what we don't like, and then a little conclusion at the end, and talking about, is this shoe going into my rotation, and are we going to be running in this for the London Marathon coming up soon? Right, let's get stuck in to the facts and figures. Right guys, first things first, I bought this shoe 100% with my money to give you that completely impartial, unbiased review. It set me back £209 here in the UK, just bought this off the Nike website, though I have checked this morning as well, and they seem to have put the price up to £225. So yeah, we'll come on to that a little bit later on. There's a 8mm drop between the back of the shoe and the front of the shoe. The back is around 40mm and the front around that 32mm mark. So we're all good for the elites to be wearing this in their races, unlike the Prime X, and stay tuned for that, that's coming up very soon. The shoe weighs in at 288 grams for me in a UK size 12, very much on the lighter side, pretty much the lightest racing shoe you can get out there. It is a neutral shoe as well. The shoe is very much for racing and doing your speed sessions in, very much on the road. There's not a lot of traction in this, not a lot of flexibility. I would not want to be taking this on trails, but what I'll be using it for is anything from 5k, 10k, half marathon, marathon, and even longer. I've seen people run 100 miles in these shoes. It is so incredibly versatile. There is a full-length carbon plate running throughout the shoe, and yeah, this durable rubber on the bottom, super grippy in all weather conditions as well. As with all of Nike's shoes at the moment, you've got this beautiful ZoomX foam providing that maximum cushioning to help keep the legs fresh and propel you forward in your running and racing. Right, that's enough with the facts and figures. Let's look at what's changed between this and the previous shoes. The first thing you'll see that has changed is the upper. This new material here is far more breathable. This shoe wasn't very good in the wet. If you got a little bit wet inside, it just wouldn't breathe at all, and you could get overheating. It's sort of like, it almost feels waterproof. It's not, I'm not sure exactly what Nike call this, but in their new updated model, super breathable. If you do suffer with overheating a little bit, this is really nice, get some great airflow going through there. Also, the laces are the updated laces. These lock down super well. These are the laces that you get in the Alphafly model as well, but now they've come down into the Vaporfly as well. And finally, you've just got a little bit more space, a little bit more room in the front of the shoe. I don't really notice it that much, but I'm sure if someone has some slightly wider feet, you're going to notice a little bit more room for that foot splay out in the front of the shoe. So that's all that's changed, 3 little tweaks there. Right guys, question of the day. What I'd love to know from you is, how many shoes do you have in your rotation at the moment? A lot of manufacturers want us to build these rotations, have 3, 4, 5 pairs of shoes that we're cycling through for racing, easy runs, recovery runs, sessions and things like that. So yeah, let me know, how many shoes are you currently rotating for your running? Right, let's get stuck in to the likes. So the first like, of course, is speed. This shoe is so fast. But it's not only fast, it's very stable at that speed as well. It really gets you nicely up on that forefoot where you want to be when you're running your fast reps and in racing. It sort of tilts you forward really nicely with that drop, and also the way the carbon plate is shaped. And it just gets your legs circling underneath you, landing super nicely on that forefoot, and just propels you forward in that way. The ZoomX foam is really good at absorbing the impact, but also propelling you forward as well. The way the carbon plate is across the shoe, I felt this is really nice and stable. There's no sort of lean to the side or anything, landing nicely in the middle of the foot. It just feels so, it's just really confidence inspiring. In terms of splits and things like that, yeah, when I'm doing reps and things in this shoe, it feels good. When I've used it in races, it's delivered above what I was expecting it to achieve in that race. So all that out and out speed, this really is fantastic. The fastest shoe I think I've ever run in, really. Moving on to the second positive is this new redesigned upper. As I just said, it's super breathable. If you do suffer with some overheating, you get that nice airflow goes through there. Really nice for those reps and races. That is much needed. The laces, as I said before, lock down really nicely. The tongue has also got this new padding just underneath it here, which again just helps distribute the pressure from the laces. So that lockdown feel is really nice in this shoe. And my third like is the cushioning and the Zoom X foam. It really is, in my eyes, the best foam out there on the market. Yes, it's very good in races when you want your legs to last that little bit longer. It helps absorb the impact. But it also really, fundamentally for me, the main positive is in our training. We can push ourselves that little bit further, that little bit harder in training, put some bigger sessions out there without completely busting up our legs, so we can get out the next day and carry on our training. Right, moving on to the dislikes. You might not think there's going to be too many, but I've got a few that we need to have a chat about. Now, the first one is comfort when running. Now, I'll split this up into two sections. When you're running fast, when you're doing your reps, when you're doing your racing, it is a comfortable shoe, don't get me wrong. But if you are planning on doing some maybe easy paced runs, doing warm up for your sessions and things like that, it's really uncomfortable to run in. It's stiff and it's just not a nice shoe to be around. And I know this is obviously not a shoe for walking, but walking in the shoe is really uncomfortable. It's just something to bear in mind. Whenever I'm going to races and things, I have to put another pair of shoes on to go to the race, and I just put this on for the start line. I prefer to warm up for my sessions in another shoe and then put this on for when I'm going to be running fast only. So yes, a minor point. As I say, we're getting this shoe to run races and run reps in. That's what's important. But anything outside of that, it's a little bit uncomfortable, a little bit just sort of too stiff to be doing that easy or steady pace runs in. Right guys, if you are finding this video useful, please like it and share it with your friends, and let us know what you're up to down in the comments below. It'd be really great. And also check out the website, benparks.com, for all the latest training plans and the best gear out there, hats and running tops as well, to help you with your training. The second negative we need to talk about is the width in the midfoot. Again, this hasn't been an issue for me, but it's right on the limit for me, and I do have reasonably narrow feet. So I think if you have got slightly wider feet, you are going to struggle. Now, it is nice and extra width in the forefoot, but if you feel you're the kind of person that has a bit of a wider midfoot there, it's going to be a struggle. Have a look at something like the New Balance RC Elite version 2. We'll link to that review down below. And finally, you can't review a Nike shoe without talking about the price. They are a very premium product out there. I bought this shoe for £209, and I just bought the latest model for a newer model that hasn't even been ran in for £209 as well. But as I checked this morning on the website, they have gone up to £220. In my eyes, Nike brought that price down from about £250, which is what we were paying before, because they need to be a bit more competitive with the other people out there, the likes of Adidas, £180 for the Adidas Pro 2s, the Asics Meta Speed. You've just got to be a bit more competitive. Other manufacturers are catching up. But I think now, marathon season around the corner, they've decided just to jack that price up a little bit more. And it's just not great. You know, everybody is struggling a little bit to a certain extent at the moment. And £225 is a hell of a lot of money for a pair of shoes. So yeah, for me, that is a negative point. So guys, for a conclusion, and is it going into rotation? Well, for me, this is the fastest shoe. Now, I know you're going to say, well, what about the Alphafly? Yeah, the Alphafly is great, but I just find it so big and clunky, noisy, and it's just not very comfortable. I have had a couple of blisters when running in that shoe as well. So for all out comfort, this shoe wins. And for me, I found it just as fast as well. So that's why, yeah, this is my most favourite running shoe at the moment. I really think the majority of people will get a big benefit out of running in a shoe like this. It's just got that broad spectrum of foot types that will benefit from this shoe. In all the other super shoes I've tested, there's too many negatives for a lot of people out there, but this is just so general and it ticks so many general boxes, and you've got that all-out speed. It's going to do well for you. But this all comes with that ridiculously high price tag. Unfortunately, if you can afford it and you are in the market for the best of the best, then sometimes we have to pay for that premium price. But yes, it would be a lot nicer if this was a bit more in line with the likes of what Adidas and Asics are offering at the moment. For me, the two main competitors for the shoe are the New Balance RC Elite. And if you want a much cheaper carbon plated shoe, then check out the Era 2 review that we have here. I'll link to those both down below. So that's it, guys. I'm sure you want to know what shoe I'm going to be running at the London Marathon. And as you might have guessed, I have got this brand new pair here. So this is what I will be running at the London Marathon, is this pair in a couple of weeks. If you are running London, let me know. It'd be great to see you out on the course as well. If you're new to the channel, you might like to check out some of my other videos where I'm documenting all the training building up to that. Right guys, that's it. Thank you so much for following the video. I hope you found it useful. We're off to get some more training in and of course getting some new shoes in to review to give you guys those completely impartial, unbiased reviews. Thank you to the Patreon supporters, the legends here on YouTube helping support what we do. And also, as I said before, please check out the website, benparks.com, for all the latest gear to help you with your running. Thank you very much guys. We'll see you in the next one.